It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Man, it's exciting. I'm bringing back Eric McCann, and Eric is with Lexmark, and he's in charge of their cloud services platform, and I really want to talk to him because everybody's talking about the cloud these days. But let's put some substance to cloud and print. Eric, how are you doing, man?
Hey Ray, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I appreciate always being on, taking the opportunity to speak to you and all your followers.
Well, you know, Eric, it's been about 5 months that you were on last time. First thing I got to do, folks, I got to put my A4 Revolution hat on when I talk to my friends at Lexmark because they're the ones that inspired that. But Eric, I got to be honest, you know, you guys kicked this thing off a while back. You got this fantastic cloud platform. You know, can you tell us some of the successes that you've had over the last few months and really where are the dealers taking this? And are you happy with the results that the dealers are giving you?
You know, our early adopters are seeing the payoff of Lexmark Cloud Services. You know, with our tools, the assets are enrolled in the cloud through the public cloud, and so the location is irrelevant. You know, this allows the dealers to have full asset management of all the printers and customers the flexibility of where they're installed. You know, and that's beyond asset management. They have access to status and supplies, viewing current state as well as historical information. You know, this is a big deal when businesses may be closed or only operating with essential employees. Dealers want to make sure that if they need to physically be in the building, they do it with one trip.
You know, there's a lot of our friends in the imaging channel that'll say things like, how in the hell am I going to make money putting printers in people's houses? I don't know how that's possible. That doesn't make sense to me. And, you know, when I hear those kind of things, I think to myself, well, the tech service providers, you know, they don't look at print management as a way for them to manage to make money off of print. They look at print management as a component of an overall technology deliverable, and they make money off the overall technology deliverable. And if you look at print today, and I'm an organization with, let's just say, 35 people or executives that I'm going to have working from home from now on. I decided I like this. I put those 35 people in their houses. I want some uniformity with print. It seems to me that's what this cloud platform was built for. Because it doesn't matter your office, your home, or any location in the world. So, you know, are you seeing any results where people are actually applying it to the home user?
You know, we're starting to. You know, that requires the device to be placed in the home office and they're registered up to the corporate cloud. Our devices can absolutely be installed in that scenario. From there, you know, it doesn't really matter to us whether it's in a corporate environment or a home office as long as it has access to the public cloud, which is what truly makes our offering unique.
Well, it sounds kind of cool. You know, I'm sitting here thinking to myself that, you know, a lot of people, I've heard this objection, so I want to get your thoughts on this. They'll say, well, you know, Ray, people already have a printer in their house. They're not going to go out and buy brand new printers because they're working from home. But I disagree with that because I think it's almost like people have cell phones too, but when you use the company's cell phone, what does the company want to do? The company wants to have control of the asset. You're using it for the company. Why should you use your own printer? So I think a lot of organizations, you know, they might not have done anything quickly out of the box because we were all kind of slapped at the same time. But as they build a plan to bring people into the work, but to work from home, obviously that plan is going to be kind of managing assets. So I can see where they would do a whole refresh. But explain to me, if I'm an enterprise customer, let's just say it's a bigger picture. I have, you know, 200 employees that I want to provide print device to, and I already have an account with like a Tech Data, you know, or any of these distributors. Could I order these printers and then manage all this myself? And what could I actually manage with your cloud platform?
Yeah, so once the devices are enrolled, and they could be enrolled from the home office or again from anywhere that has access to the public internet. You get access to the configuration of the device, the logs of the device, the usage of the device from the meters and counters, being able to deploy solutions on those devices, and really manage those just like you would in an actual corporate environment.
Man, that's pretty cool. So it gives you some security. Talk about the security, because you know, everybody wants to talk about security, and I think there's some really misguidance around security. But what are some of the things that you hear about with regards to security and home printing?
Yeah, you know, the home printing has been a really changing and moving target. You know, I think there was the beginning of, is this temporary? Now I think we're starting to see the new reality of, you know, printing and working from home is something that we're gonna be dealing with, and we all need to adjust to. When it comes to security there, it's extending those IT policies and what your corporation actually wants to have in their corporate environment down to your home office. Mm-hmm. You know, from a printing restrictions of what can be printed or what times it can be printed, all the way down to the data destruction policy, right? And making sure that, you know, sensitive information is destroyed the same way it would be inside a locked office building.
Well, here's an application. I think, a lot of people talk about, secure print, go up, put a code on in your house. I don't think any of that really makes any sense at your home. But a lot of this security for even in the office is really around behavior problems. I mean, if I print off some documents and my, college at home student grabs those documents to mix them up with her documents and mails them off to somebody, that's a problem. But that has nothing to do with the print device. It really doesn't. It has to do with training and behavior. So, you guys...
And there's the professionalism side of it as well, right? You don't want to turn in important paperwork that has Johnny's coloring sheet that he printed the night before, right? So, we never had those issues in a corporate world because everybody was printing corporate information. At home, that's a shared device among the other members of your family.
Well, it'd be really interesting to see some data on this in the next year and a half, 2 years. And, what are people really printing at home? What are those applications? I have a printer in my house. I don't print a whole lot of stuff, but, we'll see probably some reductions in print. But it doesn't matter whether it's, 10 pages or, 1,000 pages. Obviously it's probably going to be at the lower side of the number, but you still need the device. You still need someone to make it smooth and manage it for you. And I think a lot of people make a mistake, Eric, because they think that we're going to go to an organization and figure out a way to save them all kinds of money by giving them a print infrastructure that's in the cloud, that's deployable any location, and it's all about money. In reality, it's not all about money. It's about it, it's about their outcomes. Did a video yesterday. It's about what does that end user really want with their print. Do y'all have any neat apps or anything?
Yeah, so, Cloud Fleet Management is a strong offering for us. We see it being used for firmware updates and configuration, but we've also started providing our full catalog of Lexmark embedded solutions to our Lexmark Connect partners, leveraging our fleet management tools. This enables them to sell all the embedded solutions, including those that were previously licensed from Lexmark at no charge to the dealer. This enables them to onboarding to the tool and a differentiated industry solutions that the partners can now easily deploy and manage on their own. So
they can go to the website, obviously, for Lexmark, and they can see where some of these applications are. But you used to charge for those, and now you're not charging. Did I hear that correct?
That's right. It's a value add for being a Lexmark Connect partner. Applications like Downtime Assistant and Scan to Write Fax and our premium scan centers. Those are all available for our hardware to try to drive those solution-enabled devices into the environments and the industries where they need to be placed.
Man, I got to tell you, that's pretty interesting stuff. Well, obviously, you were one of the on the forefront of this cloud service stuff. I mean, and I know a couple of dealers that use it just from a maintenance perspective. It's awesome where you can really manage and do a lot of preemptive stuff. I can imagine that the tech community, and I think one of the biggest threats to the imaging channel as a whole was always, somebody coming in and looking at all those overspec'd, oversold A3s, as I say, and trying to figure out how to bring A4 MFPs and at the same time the A4 print devices and the smaller MFPs. And really, for the first time ever, you could pretty much do an entire enterprise, home, office, any location with A4. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, the A4 revolution is definitely up and running. So is there anything you see on the forefront? Can you tell us any secrets that are going to come out, that's the next big thing for Lexmark?
Since the last time we talked, we've now launched Cloud Print Management for the channel globally, right? This was something new for us. We started with fleet management. Now we've moved into print management. We could have timed the release of this a little better in hindsight, but the early feedback is extremely positive. We currently have around 10 partners in the U.S. signed up and ready to deploy once the need arises. And in the meantime, we're just working on onboarding and training and getting demo environments so that, when we get a little bit of normalcy back, then we're ready to roll with that solution.
Well, if you can talk about the new normal all you want, and like I keep saying, we're going to create the new normal, but I'll tell you this, I've never been more excited about my friends at Lexmark because we are so poised, realistically, to really go into the marketplace and offer those end users equipment based on the realities of a marketplace and the realities that have changed drastically over the last few months. And it's going to be exciting to see how that momentum goes forward, It's always great having you on, Eric. I'd love Lexmark. I'm a Lexmark fan, and I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. I want you to keep up the work, and I look forward to getting down there to Lexington to see y'all real soon. Is there anything you want to say before we end this?
No, I always look forward to these conversations and hope to be back soon with more stuff to share next time.
Well, I appreciate it, Eric. I'm going to end this like I always do. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.